Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So this is a little bit of a spontaneous video. In fact, I was not even planning to record tonight, but what so often happens is I get an idea in my mind, and I go, you know what? That would be really good. So that is exactly what happened. In fact, I just read a comment from one of my subscribers named Sal, who I often see down there, so shout out to you, about the Tops Project 70 video that I posted. And here I am sitting at my computer just really thinking about how much baseball has changed over the years. And it really got me thinking back on when I used to play and some of my favorite memories from back in the day. So that is what this story is going to be about. So guys, I invite you to sit back and relax, and I will tell you about the only home run that I've ever hit. So this is going to take us back to when I was in middle school. So I played all the way from kindergarten to 11th grade, I believe. So towards the end, I just kind of wasn't having the same fun that I used to. And I won't pretend that I was good enough to play in college either. So I was in 6th or 7th grade when this happened. So the only thing that you really need to understand is Little League is only a little bit different from Major League Baseball. The rules are the same, and the only difference that comes to mind is instead of the games being 9 innings, they are only 6. Because I guess who can stand terrible baseball for 9 innings? Unless, of course, you're talking about the Mets of a few years ago. That's right. Burn. Oh, a lot of my friends are not going to like that. They are very big Mets fans. Anyway, let's move on. So, back in those days, I used to pitch, and I was never one who could throw the ball very hard, but the advantage that I did have is when I did throw it, I knew exactly where it was going. I was very accurate in that way. And of course, guys, we are going to have some background noise, I believe. You'll probably hear that a little bit more. I'm actually doing some rabbit sitting for my sister, and her rabbit named Blizzard is in her cage just back there. So she's pretty adorable. Maybe I'll do another video with her. Okay. I get off on tangents very easily, so let's refocus ourselves. So when I was pitching, I threw 3 pitches: a 2-seam fastball, a 4-seam fastball, and a I don't know exactly what to call it. Well, you would call it a curveball, but most of the time it did not decide to actually make the curving movement, so it was almost an eephus pitch. And it could be very effective when people weren't expecting it. Towards the end of middle school, I got converted to play center field, and I fit in that position much more naturally. So I kind of wonder how I even got slated to pitch in the first place. So anyway, on this particular day, we were getting shut out, and it was the bottom of the 6th inning. So we were down by 3 runs, and it basically was our last chance to do anything. So I was our leadoff hitter, and I was up first for this half inning. And the pitcher that we were facing was, his name is Jake, and Jake threw, for his age, he was one of the fastest pitchers in the league. And, as a typical leadoff hitter, I was not, let's just say I was not a power hitter. I was not a particularly good hitter. But what I did have a lot of was speed, and I could play the field very well. So, your typical leadoff hitter doesn't really, let's just say they don't put a lot of power into the ball. More of a slap hitter in my case. I just kind of tried to put the bat on the ball and be at first base by the time the throw came in. You'd be surprised how effective that strategy is, especially in Little League. You're not getting Major League style throws across the diamond. So I remember being very nervous because, you know, it's a big spot. I know it wasn't a game with particular significance, but you know, you always want to do well, especially myself. You know, I do get very competitive sometimes, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, Jake is really throws a really hard fastball. I gotta be ready for that. You know, I'm thinking, okay, he tends to throw this way. I'm thinking, okay, where's the ball coming from? And I'm just trying to get every advantage on my side, because by the time the ball looks like it's leaving his hand, essentially, it's already on you. And I'm like, okay, my game plan going up there was just like, you know what, at least make it look good, give it a good effort. I remember distinctly thinking maybe I should just put the bat like out and hope that the ball hits it, like kind of like a bunt. But I was like, you know what, let's not do that. Let's go up there and swing the bat. So I walk into the batter's box and I'm very, very nervous. So I'm thinking to myself, oh no, here we go. So Jake is looking pretty confident, as one in his position would be. You know, he's pitched a very good game. We have not scored at all. And if I remember correctly, we didn't really do much of anything in that game. And you gotta think, if you're him, okay, their pitcher slash leadoff hitter is up. A combination of the two weakest hitting positions. And I gotta be honest, I was not feeling particularly confident either. So the umpire gives the signal to go. He's like, you know, I forget exactly what he said, but basically it's just like a signal to the pitcher that says, I'm ready when you are. So Jake takes the ball, he gets into his wind-up, and he throws the pitch. And I see it in his glove, and then the ball just completely disappears from my vision. I go like, I don't even know what happened to this ball. And I'm looking for it to come in. I don't know exactly how to explain this, but sometimes in sports, you react on pure instinct. And this for me was the strongest that I have ever experienced that. So while consciously, in my mind, I'm looking at Jake and I'm trying to find the ball and I don't see it, I can only explain that it feels like someone else starts my swing, because I have no inclination to do so, and I do not even see the ball. So you can imagine my surprise when my bat starts moving and I'm like, what is happening? So what is actually happening is Jake throws a fastball as hard as he can, and what he probably did not intend was the ball was right down the middle, and subconsciously, somehow I reacted to it, and I put everything that I had into it, and shockingly, it was one of those moments that I can't quite explain, but the bat just had a mind of its own, and it connected. The thing about somebody who throws hard is that if you can get the bat on the ball, there's a lot of potential energy that they've given you. I did hit the ball as hard as I can, but in hindsight, it probably was not very hard. So as the ball connects with the bat, it just keeps going. It's just a monster drive And I'm watching it. I'm not even running. I'm so shocked that that it even happened to begin with. So I'm just watching it go back and back, and I'm watching the left fielder make the read on it, and he's going back, he keeps going back and back and back and back and back, and he's running out of room. And wouldn't you know it, but the ball just sneaks over the fence. And by the time that it had come down, I'm probably like processing what happened, and just some people, you know, that manning a home run is a pretty common occurrence. They'll trot around the bases. They know when they put enough power into one to get over the fence and just kind of take it easy around the bases. I just realized that the ball was going. I didn't think it was going to be a home run. So as that is happening, I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to start running as fast as I can. So by the time I come around the bases, I'm thinking like, you know, I'm looking around, I'm like, where's the ball? Because I didn't see it go all the way over. So I'm looking around, I'm like okay, because at that point I had made it to third base, and then you know, the third base coach, kind of seeing that I didn't realize, was just like, you know, you can go home, like it's all good. We actually haven't even gotten to the best part of that story, because as I am rounding third and going to home, I realized that my dad is actually at the game. And it was pretty unusual for my dad to be there. My mom always came to my games, which was awesome, but my dad worked a lot. Well, he continues to actually work a lot. So it was very unusual that he would be off in time to actually make it. It's funny because he had like, I found out later, like just gotten out of his car to see my at-bat, and like he pulls up and like 5 seconds later is when it happened, which was insane timing on his part. So I always really, really fondly remember that part of the story. So as I get back to the dugout, it's high fives all around, and we're feeling very good. We're feeling pretty confident. We're like, okay, we're only down by 2 more runs. We still have 3 outs. Maybe we can turn the tide of this game and really leave it to the last minute, and still, a win is a win. That would be how it goes in a movie, at least. Guys, let me tell you what actually happened, because the next 3 hitters that went up to the plate just struck out. And that was the end of the game. But still, it was my first home run. And I really, definitely a core memory for me. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed that story. And why not hit up those comments? You never know what memory that might kind of jog in my mind. And who knows, if there's something that you want to see, especially another Storytime video, be sure to let me know. And as always, I will do my best to make that happen. But otherwise, guys, that is where I'm going to end this one. So I hope that you enjoyed. And as always, I will talk to you again in another video very soon.